Gen V Season 2 Episode 7 review. Let's get right into this. So before we even get into the, the frame-by-frame type of breakdown and commentary, I just want to say this episode, I personally enjoyed it, but I have a feeling that people are going to be, this is going to be a divisive episode. Not because of what's, just anything, political or anything like that. Just based off the fact that I feel like some people might think this is a filler episode. And especially if you consider the fact that this is the penultimate episode, this is the second last episode of the season. This episode should be setting up the stakes for the finale to close out the season, which it does. But also, I feel like people are expecting more action, more. I don't know. I just feel like people are probably expecting more, and some might argue that that wasn't delivered. So yeah, I feel like that might be a conversation that might be held by some people. But besides the point, I still thought this episode was worth it. I think it's still. I don't know. I liked it. I thought it was worth it. But yeah, the episode starts off with Annabeth, and she pretty much wakes up from her sleep. And this is a continuation from last episode, so spoilers ahead. But yeah, she wakes up from her dream because she has pretty much a vision, like how we know her powers are, of Marie pretty much just being dead, of her just dying, and her being in her own pool of blood. And I guess it's kind of just foreshadowing. So that's how the episode starts. And she obviously wakes up and she's like, "Where's Marie?" And then she goes to Jordan. She's like, "Where's Marie?" Wakes him up. And then everyone else gets woken up as well. And they're like, "What is going on? What's all this ruckus about?" And Jordan's like, Jordan says to Zoe Newman, he's like, go get your grandfather and use his car. And that's kind of how the episode kicks off. And yeah, then from there, the next scene, we see Marie and Cate, and we find out that, okay, they're heading to Cipher. They're heading to his house for Godolkin. And then, yeah, they're kind of arguing about it because she's adamant on just getting her powers from Marie, but Marie's like, how many times do I tell you? Come on. I don't trust you. Look at what you've done. You literally betrayed us. Why would I give you your powers back? And then Kate's like, fine, I'll show you, I'll prove it, that I'm trustworthy, that I'm a new person, I've changed. And then in the next scene, we see Annabeth and Jordan just talking about Marie and the relationship and stuff like that. And then they also, I think in the scene, they also mention how Sam and Emma didn't come in the car ride with them. That's because Sam, he's able to jump just over the place, right? And just get there quicker. And Emma can also be small and then kind of fit, as we see, in Sam's pocket. So it was easy for them to traverse. And the next scene here, we go back to Marie and Cate. And they finally arrived at Cipher's house. But the weird thing is that his front door is open. Wide open. And that's already a red flag there. And they walk in. And they realize, okay, now it's even the vault door is open to where Godolkin is, because that's who they're here for, what they're here to see. And then Marie senses a heartbeat. She's like, okay, so he's probably here, and they're kind of low key expecting a setup, but they still go on obviously because they need to. And then they go to the cryogenic freezer tube, whatever you want to call it, and no one's in there. And we find out. We hear someone, and it gets revealed that's Polarity. And, Polarity's I came here. Because as we saw in the last episode, he fought Cipher, and then I guess we saw Cipher, ran off. And Polarity's followed him to his house. And stuff like that. And then, Polarity's all, you can literally tell, they're Marie's what happened to you? You're weak, you need to sit down. And Cipher, and then Polarity's also questioning them. And pretty much, long story short, in the next scene, we see that Cipher, he's on the run. Things are not going as planned, and he's talking about this because he wasn't expecting Polarity to be able to outpower him. And it's revealed here that Polarity, his powers magnetic powers. They pretty much just block the mind control that Cipher's powers of mind control. And that also throws a wrench into Cipher's plans, because he's like, okay, you literally can stop me. This is this is bad. And then we see her like literally Cipher starts like he's like how can this be? How can this be? It's like when the genius person or the genius villain just has a breakdown, and that's pretty much what happened here. And then he starts in typical fashion when he just starts raging. He starts hitting Godolkin, and then he starts hitting his body. And then he's about to literally end him. He's like, yeah, no, you're done. I'm about to finish you. And then he got a notification, and that was that Marie and Cate, but especially particularly Marie, are at his house. And then he's like, okay, so things are going as planned. And then back to the scene with Marie, Cate, and Polarity. Polarity starts having a seizure. Bro, I can't speak. I can never say the word right. But he starts having one, and it's not the first time we've seen him in this season at least have one. And here I got worried. I'm like, is this gonna be the end for him? But no, because Marie clutched up. She used her powers on him, and we saw it's the same way how she used powers on her sister Annabeth. She's able to literally save lives, and even in this instance, kind of cure people, right? Because he said that Polarity said afterwards, he's like, I can't believe this. I finally feel healthy. I feel normal. I haven't had this feeling in so long. I forgot about it. He's like, my tremors are gone. So this is further just showing how Marie is just really, really strong. And kind of at this point, you're kind of thinking like, okay, this must be part of it. Well, it could be because it could be like you're probably or I was kind of thinking like, okay, this could be a part of Cipher's plan. Because remember, you might think it's not, but then again, Cipher's like always like 2 steps ahead. There, he's very like intentional. He has everything set up the way he wants it to be. So it wouldn't be shocking if this is a part of the plan, right? But nonetheless, that's what happens. And then he's all good, which is good. Then he's all good. And the next scene is Sam. He goes back to the campus, and he's there with Emma, and also they're looking for Marie. Same with Jordan and Annabeth, but they're in the car, so they're taking a bit longer to get back to the campus. And in the meantime, as Sam got to the campus with Emma, they need to find a spot for Emma to obviously, get big again, and it's behind a tree. And then guess what? Just the frat stuff I saw in the earlier episodes of the season. The whole frat thing with the Deep and stuff. Anyways, some of the members come back. And they're like, yo, you need to like, come on, this is like a part of the whole frat thing or whatever. And Sam's like, I really want to do this. And it's the most goofy thing. You see the one guy we saw earlier in the season as well, where he's like drinking or having the alcohol or whatever beer through his, like crazy. Okay, through his cheeks, having the beer through his cheeks. And then he's having this guy come out of his cheeks. Okay, this is crazy. And then that guy is supposed to be like with Sam all day, bro. It is weird. It's like Sam owns the guy now for the time being, bro. It's so weird. He doesn't want to do this, bro. He has other better things to do, and Emma's looking like, "What is this? This is hella weird." Because the guy the one guy literally drops the shorts to get the guy out of it, bro. This is crazy. Just even describing this, it's absolutely crazy. But after that happens, anyways, Greg pulls up, and and then Greg's like, "Oh, Emma, I'm glad you're okay," etc. And I'm like, okay, this is cool, this is great, whatever. And you can see here Sam's kind of just like getting jealous. He's feeling some type of way. And then Greg's also warning him about Sam. So he doesn't obviously know their past. At least you can assume that. But she's like, no, it's all good. And then next scene here, you see Marie, Polarity, and Cate. They're at Cipher's office, the dean's office, trying to look for some type of clues to where Cipher could be at with also Godolkin. And here they're like, what we're gonna do, and then Polarity brought the idea of just restoring Cate, Marie restoring Cate's powers, and Marie's like, oh, so like what? Did Cate tell you to say that or something? And he's like, no, this makes the most sense, just logically speaking, this makes the most sense. And then Marie starts going off, and she's like, do I really need to spell this out for you, Cate? And she's like going off, and then she's like, Andre, like, the reason why he's dead is because you. And then Polarity, that's where Polarity was like, enough. Like, come on. And then after that, in the next part here, you hear the phone start ringing, and the phone starts ringing, and it's none other than Cipher. And I already guess this is him because this guy has cameras everywhere. Okay, he's always lurking. He always has cameras everywhere, and of course it's him. And he's like, Marie, I pretty much caused a rape for you. Like, let's make a deal. You do this, I'll spare your friends, essentially. And then Marie's like, nah, I'm not doing that. No way. And and then after the call, Marie's like, what was it? What was it here? I think she said, I think from here, after the call, they found out that he was in kind of like that facility, that training faculty building, whatever you want to call it, where they had those fights go on, the training sessions. Was it the seminar room or whatever they called it? And then so they start heading there. And then finally and then finally Jordan and Annabeth, they arrive to the campus, and as soon as Annabeth gets out the car, she has another vision, and bro, it's just even worse this time. The death of Marie, it's even worse, and this time, she gives more details. She says to Jordan, it's taking place at the seminar building or whatever, and Jordan's like, she's like, it's taking place here, and then Jordan's like, oh, that's the seminar building. And it's getting closer. And remember, her visions, we know from the previous episodes that her visions are accurate. And so they quickly run over, and then you see the next scene here. You see Sam with his with that, I don't even know what to call this guy. Okay, with the dude I'm supposed to take care of all day, which is crazy. And then Emma comes in, and then she's like, yeah, bro, I can't find Marie. And then Greg comes in, he's like, oh, I found Marie. They're at the seminar building. And they all start heading over there. But before that, Sam and Greg kind of get into it. Because, they're pretty much just fighting over Emma, if you think about it in that way. And in the meantime, Emma she runs towards her. And then, the rest of them run to the seminar building. And then the next scene here, you see everyone converging. And this is where, Marie, Polarity, and Cate, they're outside the seminar building. They're getting ready to go in. And then you see the other group of Greg, Emma, and Sam converging here. And then you also see the other group, the last group of Jordan and Annabeth. And they're all like, you can't do this. You can't do this, Marie. Like, the vision, Annabeth's having these visions. You can't do this. Like, and then Annabeth even drops some lore here about how she had a vision of pretty much what happened to her parents, or her and Marie's parents, like way before. And then she's like, I feel the guilt ever since. Like I could have stopped it, but I didn't. And then Marie's like, I'm sorry about that. And then long story short, it's like, still gotta do this. And then the rest of them, Jordan, try to stop her and stuff, and they're all trying to stop her. And then Marie just starts. This is where you go like, oh shoot. I'm kind of like, wait, is Marie falling to Cipher's plans here? Is Cipher really just like playing her like this? Because then she kind of pulls I don't know, it's kind of, I feel like, out of character for Marie, where she starts using her like powers that she learned from Cipher to hurt her friends, right? And like they're literally telling her, this is bait, like don't go in, like this is bait, don't go in it, and it's not gonna go well, like you could literally die. And then she starts like killing them in a way, right? And it's kind of crazy. And then Polarity literally has to get her to stop, right? Let me make sure here. Yeah, Polarity literally has to like, Marie, stop, and then she stops. But yeah, then they head in. And she's dead set on this. She's like, I gotta get this done. So yeah, I'm like, damn, this is kind of crazy. And the plans for Polarity to distract Cipher while Marie goes and finds Godolkin, because she knows that he's underground. And then Cipher and Polarity, they then finally confront each other. They have like another showdown here. I'm like, oh shoot. I'm like, is Polarity about to get cooked? Is this gonna be the end for Polarity? Because I feel like there was a real good chance of this. But then Polarity, bro, he's not scared. He's like, no. He's like, I'm not scared of you. And he starts throwing weights at Cipher. And Cipher's kind of shook. He's kind of shook, and he's realizing, oh shoot, I'm getting played here. because Marie's actually going down to Godolkin. And then he starts running for the doors, and then Polarity closes him. He's like, "No, you're not going anywhere." And then at the same time, and after that, you got also Greg, Sam, and Jordan coming in, and they're helping out Polarity. But then, Cipher starts going on his like menacing monologue, rant about Polarity's powers, and yeah, that's just how they could stop him. And he's like, but let's see if you can stop them from me controlling them and like trying to hurt you or whatever. And it's kind of like a cat and mouse game there, because then Polarity's getting beat up, and he's getting beat up by like all of them, by Sam, by Greg, by Jordan, because Cipher is just controlling them. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on there. And then at the same time here, Cate, Annabeth, and Emma, they're pretty much, their task is to find Marie and like underground and just retrieve her, save her. More so from herself, really. But yeah, as they're trying to find her, you got Marie, and she's like, she finds Godolkin, and she's like, "Can you help me? Are you Godolkin?" And he's like, he nods. And I'm like, "Oh shoot, this is gonna get intense." And then she's like, if I like save you, will you help me?" And then he's like, "Yeah." And then she starts like repairing him, or not repairing, I want to say repair, starts like restoring him, like using her like also blood powers. And then you see, it's pretty cool, bro. The CG, the visual effects here, the boys universe CGI effects are just so good. But you see his skin just seamlessly, just the way the visuals are done here, so smooth. His skin literally turns back to how he was. And obviously, this is in relation to the episode we saw, where in the beginning, literally see Godolkin, how he just gets cooked, and that whole lab scene, whatever. Absolutely crazy needle drop in there. Yeah, so that's the point. So this is what he looks like now, and obviously it's revealed that, like, very news, but yeah, this is Godolkin. Okay, if you didn't know, here it is. But yeah, you probably should have already. And then yeah, she pretty much restores him, and he's back to normal. And yeah, Marie's literally bleeding so much. She literally takes all her powers out of her to just literally revive Godolkin. Because remember, he's on life support at this point. And then he finally gets revived, and Marie just falls down. And this is when Cate, Emma, and Annabeth come in to save her. And obviously they're worried. They're worried about Marie. And then bro, oh my god, Godolkin, he gets up. He can't believe. He's like, "Wait, what the hell?" He's like, I'm like fully healed. Yes, because remember, he's been in that other state of like pretty much being dead. Okay, like not being like literally not even being able to move or anything for years, right? Like so many years. And he's like, "I can't believe it." And then also, this is at the time where we realize, oh shoot, because in the next scene, then we see like he's talking weird, like Godolkin's talking weird. He's like talking like menacingly, like he's a villain or something. And then the next thing here, we see back to Cipher, and well, we think it's Cipher, and then because Polarity's about to finish him, and then with the sword or whatever it is, and then Cipher's begging, "Please don't do it, Polarity. Come on, please don't." He's finally out of my head. He's going, "Please, please, I just want to go back home," or whatever he's saying. The guy, that Cipher. And this is where it's revealed that, oh wait, this isn't Cipher. And Polarity picks up on that. He's like, "Wait, this isn't Cipher. Cipher's using this guy's body." Okay, Cipher's is in this guy's mind, in this guy's head, using his body. And he actually has nothing to do with it. This isn't actually Cipher, it's just someone's body he was using. And then we see in the next scene, oh shoot, it makes sense, because Cate picks up on it. She's like, "Oh wait, this isn't Godolkin. Or sorry, this is Cipher. Like Cipher is Godolkin, sorry. And then she's like, "We need to get out of here." And then they quickly leave. And then you see Godolkin just like, obviously he knows that they know. But he's just like, he's like, I'm gonna take my time here and start causing chaos on a bit. And like I said, Polarity also realizes, and he's like, "Oh shoot, where's Marie? We need to go. Like we need to get her." And then after this, we go to outside scene with that guy from the frat house that's supposed to be like doing whatever, like just following Sam. And then we see him interact with none other than Cipher, aka Godolkin. And Godolkin's like, "Oh, what kind of powers do you have?" And the guy's like, "Oh, nothing really special." And they're just like, my feet can turn to hands." And then Godolkin said, "Oh, you're in the top, like what, bottom 10%." Yeah, and then he's like, "Yeah." I'm like, kind of like, what a waste. And then this is where you see the real colors come. His real colors being shown. He literally gets that like dog collar, whatever the thing is, the leash that's on the guy, as we know, we saw earlier in the episode, and uses it to strangle the guy to death, the kid, the college student, and just saying like he's a waste. Like we need only strong Supes. And this goes back to how Cipher said his plan is for just having like how's the Supes it's supposed to be Supe supremacy, and that's what it is. This is where he starts unleashing his plan because he's finally back in his own real body, so he has all his powers now. He doesn't have to hold back anything or worry about like dying or like anything like that. So now he can just do whatever he wants at full force in his plan, just like how him and Sister Sage later planned it. Because remember in the scene before where he finally gets revived, gets restored by Marie, he's like as soon as he gets up, he's like, I can't believe Sister Sage was right. It actually worked. Marie couldn't help herself. So Marie was herself. She was a demise for herself. Yeah, he literally this really proves in this scene here that Cipher's going all out with his plan out of Supe supremacy. That's what it is. So yeah, pretty crazy for what it's setting up for the finale. And then he starts walking towards like other students on the campus, and we know what's going to go on there. I think there's a dialogue here. Yeah, I think he said like, let's see what I can do about these other students. Try to fix this campus or whatever. So yeah, pretty insane. That means the next episode is going to be Godolkin, aka Cipher, vice versa, causing chaos on the campus, trying to get only the strongest Supes and the weak ones out of there. Okay, that's what he's doing. So eliminating the campus by like 70-80% or so. And at the same time here, how are our heroes, like, the whole crew, how are they going to stop him? Because now he's in his body, like, he's going to be very powerful. Like, we know Marie's powerful, but who knows what's going to happen to her? Could she end up, like, I don't know. There is a possibility, I feel like, because of the vision that Annabeth had. Like, although they kind of avoided it, I think, at least I'd say they avoided it at the seminar place. Who's to say that the vision doesn't, like fate doesn't, or, like, destiny doesn't happen to where, in the finale, Marie kind of they kill off Marie, right? In order to save the campus and the students. That is very possible, and also in order to stop Cipher, aka Godolkin. So, I don't know. It's pretty insane, and I know people are kind of split on this, how it's going to carry into the Boys Season 5. They're hoping that all this is like concluded here. Yeah, so that's going to be interesting as well, another thing. But yeah, I liked this episode quite a bit. Obviously it was on the shorter end. Yeah, I think this episode still worked. Obviously, progress the story forward, set up the finale, and yeah, I'm hoping the finale is significantly longer than this. And I'm hoping it ends the season off with a bang, and carries us into season 5 of the Boys into a good way. Anyways, let me know down below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next one. Peace.